All right, gang, welcome to the weekly presser. I had recorded one earlier in the week on Monday during the game, and then all of a sudden Mikey started scoring a bunch of points and got a little bit scared and deleted that one, so we're going to make a new one. Obviously, close matchup with Mikey last week. Made just enough of the right decisions to come out on top. I want to thank Ryan Mielman because one of those right decisions was go ahead and trading CJ Stroud to get a little Marion Hampton action. Opened up a roster spot for me to get Justin Fields. He dropped a 20 bomb. Ryan, I hope you enjoy CJ Stroud moving forward. Everyone else on the squad, they're kind of piecing it together. Got a lot of people on buys. We're going to try and survive this week too. Got a matchup with Garvey. He's bound to pull one out one of these weeks. Hopefully it's not this week. He may or may not be 5 shots deep right about now. We'll see. I was doing some thinking over the last week, partially previously. A lot of little trades going on this week. Some trades not made. There was some talk on Ladd earlier last week, and I got back to thinking on Ladd McConkey. He's had quite the journey in the league this year. Obviously I drafted him early in the 4th. Dr. Lowe felt that he needed wide receivers early in the year. He went ahead and traded me Devontae Smith and Travis Etienne for Ladd McConkey and Trey Benson. Obviously, Benson got hurt. Etienne's been all right. Smith's been all right. McConkey's been McConkey. I essentially flipped what I got from McConkey to Garvey for A.J. Brown and Zay Flowers. Lowe ended up flipping McConkey to Jackson for Khalil Shakir. Jackson flipped McConkey to Owen for Tony Pollard, I believe. A lot of stuff. And you ask yourself at the end of the day, of all those trade packages, what would you rather have at this point? And the answer is probably Ladd McConkey, despite everybody wanting to trade him away earlier this year. It's just an interesting thought experiment. The other thought I had was, the first thing I did in this league was offer Owen Ladd McConkey for Bucky Irving. And at the time, he really did not like that offer. Obviously you can't predict injuries, but it's interesting to look and see that, Bucky's been hurt and has nowhere near the points that McConkey's got by this point. So, just interesting to see what could be trades are out there, and obviously hindsight's 2020. But that was my interesting thoughts for the week. Obviously, I'm not drinking it all during this press conference. That's because I have a few people to thank. The first of which is a random Falcons cornerback that sacked Tua once. That got my Falcons defense 2 points to bring their whopping total for the week up to positive 1 point because they absolutely sucked and gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards. The other person is the Cincinnati Bengals punt returner. I don't know their name because they're not in the stat book, because the only thing they did when they were playing the Jets, he had one fair catch. And that one fair catch gave me 1 point to give the Jets punter a total of 1 point last week. So I had 2 1-point performances on the week. But that beats 2 0-point performances, so I'll take it. So in summary, Ryan, thanks for your good work last week. Appreciate Justin Fields. That to be said, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be great going forward, but he did what I needed him to. Snuck away without having any zeros last week. That's clutch as always. Looking forward to this week. Still a lot of buys. I'm going to try and piece together a team to keep Garvey out of the win column. Honestly, if Garvey does beat me, I'll be happy for him. I'll take the L like a champ. And then we'll keep moving forward. I think that the next couple of weeks I've got like one person on bye each week, so we'll just keep flipping the roster. But that's what I've got for this week. Best of luck to everybody. Hopefully Garvey is still standing after the next couple of days. I'll see you next week.